Chrisann, give us your initial thoughts. What's going on? Confess.
Confess my sins. This round seems definitely way more messier than the last round. I may have a little to do with that, just a just a little hand. Um, Seems like there's definitely more people who want to work with me, which is good. Like that's social capital in my hands, and I think I've built a bit of a reputation for being more honest than some of the other players. So I'm going to use that to my advantage and just share like information that I like other people might be like, oh my god, that's so much. But in reality it's like nothing. So yeah.
You placed second, well, tied for second in the trust rankings. Did that surprise you?
Not fully. I definitely thought Bruce was going to be a bit higher, but maybe that just says more about my personal relationship with Bruce instead of everybody else's. I definitely think once again I ranked that high because people probably think that I am one of the more honest and open players of this game. So yeah.
Do you think that the trust rankings are going to affect the way this season plays out?
Um uh as it seems like for this round specifically, so far what I've heard, if like my information's correct, a lot of people want to vote Susie out, and she was at the very bottom of the trust rankings. So yeah, I think those definitely will play a part in it. So far myself or Lauren, like people speculating about voting either one of us out yet. So yeah, that's good.
Okay. What's going into the decision for tonight?
Um, I don't want to make an easy move. I want to I want to make a move that is like good for my game specifically and something that I can bring to Final Tribal Council if I get there and be like, okay, this is how it happened, this is why it happened, and this is how it benefited me. So I think Tommy being out of the game benefits me because he is a very social player. He's very likable, and it's easy for him to like mix and mingle with different groups of people. So, and I don't think he'll see it coming, which is great.
Who is your ideal final two right now?
Um, so that's the thing. I don't know. So in a perfect world, and nothing goes wrong, and I could win with someone, it would just be me and Morgan. But this is not a perfect world. Um, so right about now, it's me and Marvin, just because Marvin has played an opposite game from me, and I don't want to bring Morgan because our games are too similar, and I don't want people to be like, well, what did you do on your own? They did all the heavy lifting. Da 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 da. This, that, and the third. So I think with Marvin, it increases my chances of winning, but it also shows like what I did with the resources that I had and what information I used to help me get to where I am. And, you know, the fact that Marvin and I have never voted in the same way, or one time, two times, but it was like inconsequential. So yeah, and probably Susie, just because I don't think many people see her as a threat right now. So that works in my, like if I'm working based off of the trust rankings, if I bring Susie, then I'm more likely to beat her. And then, even if she beats me, I wouldn't completely be upset because another woman would win. So yeah.
Now that we're at the final nine, are you starting to see the end game take shape?
Um, I want to say yes, but I'll keep the answer at no because every single time I think I see Final Three, Final Two on the horizon, something happens and I either don't manage my threat level properly or someone is just like, Chrisann has been controlling this thing this whole entire time. She has to go like right now. So yeah, yeah. I My personal goal is I want to surpass sixth place because that's the highest I've ever placed. And I just want to surpass that. That's literally it. That's all I want to do. If I do that, then I'll be happy. And it will give me more momentum for the next game to be like, okay, let me surpass five. Let me do this. Let me do that. So yeah.
So in the beginning, you had a couple votes kind of come your way, but it seems like since then there hasn't your name hasn't popped up at the recycling bin. Do you feel that? What do you think is the reason for that?
I think it was because Jazzy was leading that charge against me, which is perfectly fine because I was also leading a charge against her. Um, and I guess just the person who had the better alliance, who like, you know, the person who had the better alliance came out on top. And I definitely think me forming like an early relationship with Marvin definitely helped me out. And I will like continue to like nurture that relationship because at the beginning of today, people are like, oh, well, let's just do Marvin. Let's do Marvin. And it's like, I don't want to vote out Marvin because that's one person who so far will not be voting for me and I will not be voting for them. And I don't have to tell them what I'm doing. I don't have to explain myself to them. I just have to let them know like I'm not voting for you and vice versa. So it's not in my best interest to ever vote Marvin out. So I want to keep Marvin around, but I have to be very subtle about it. Um I went on a rant there. What was the initial question?
No, I think that answered it. Is how did you feel? How do you feel you've got? Because in the beginning you'd received votes, but now you've kind of faded away from that. How did you feel like that had place? And you kind of answered that. So okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, we've got a lot going on before the recycling bin. Do you have any final thoughts before I let you go here?
Yes, I think I'm managing my threat level in this game way better than I have done in any other games because in other games it's like as soon as we get to merge, it's like I'm just on the ball. I'm leading an alliance, I'm leading the vote, I'm telling people what to do and they're just listening. So I think in this game I'm definitely managing my threat level and I'm trying to grasp the concept of I don't need to be the best player out of every single other player. I just need to be the best player out of the other person and me that I sit with at the end. And I think I'm definitely embodying that right now. Um, I'm also like planting little seeds with people. So like telling Marvin like, Tanner is definitely going to vote for Morgan at Final Tribal Council. They were like this. With like Bruce wanting to put me in a group chat with them voting out Susie, like and me saying like no, because I already told them I'm not going to vote for Susie. It has my integrity, my honesty in check, which is something that I want people to remember because I'm not only just doing, you know, strategic stuff. I want to remember during management. And with Bruce, like he's just lying, 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 lying. It's like I don't care. As long as you're not lying to me, do what you got to do. However, a jury is definitely going to remember something like that. So, yeah, I started the game wanting to be the villain, but I guess it's not in my bones. So, I guess I'm a hero now. Good God.
All right. Well, on that note, Dan, that is a great line, and we will leave it at that. So we'll talk to you very soon. See you at the recycling bin.
Okay, bye.